Sound, Sea, Rush, Pink, Fuses by Caroline Orange with herself, James Tenney, 1967. Red, green, glistening, mouth, cock, red, tree cat, sea sound, red, shadow, red, sea green, bodies fall back, burnt film. Sea legs run, yellow, black, bushes, trees, girl runs, shadows. Close up, black, red, sea sound, sock window, red, cock, sock, white window, sea sound, break, seagulls, cock window.
I love and relish everything you can do with language that you can't do with print. For example, just the way you and I are talking now, you can hear my voice, there's a tone, there's an accent. So I can start playing with that in my performative work in a way that I don't do in the same way for the print. So I gain a sort of physical presence as well, which I find is really interesting, for the idea of live poetry, body-based or embodied spoken text.
See most of those on board completely lost, completely lost, completely lost. They're reckoning. The crew had no idea in which direction they were steering. They were driven off course to land. They were tossed about at sea for a long time and failed to reach their destination.
In the way I perform, sometimes I use the way I write it as a visual or graphic reality on the page, but then when I take it on, when I perform it, or if I place in installations, I take whatever I can that is the most efficient, if you like, in that support. So there are aspects of using my voice that I use rhythmically or nearly coming to song or playing with all those dimensions where it doesn't matter whether you've read it or not because it's not there. In a way, the most extreme form is a piece called Together, which is literally a tiny bit of language setting up with the rhythm of breathing. But when I do it live, that piece can last for as long as I don't faint, because basically what holds it there is breathing, and breathing is really the bottom line of, first of all, being alive. So it's the absolute element, and it's the element of speech. It is what supports speech when we speak. I find it a really interesting element for writing and for performance.
One kiss at a time, one action at a time, and one, and one, and one, and doing it.
You can break down language all the way down to spit, basically, when you perform, and still find a rhythm that you can rebuild that sentence up, and as you could hear from the performance, I sort of really enjoy that you break it all the way down. And when you break it all the way down, I can feel the audience's response to that. We sort of respond to those moments, if you like. It's funny. So when I do Together and this breathing piece, I sort of don't like stopping before I can see that there's some movement taking place and people are starting to breathe the piece. So it's calling on some really elemental aspects in a very, very intimate way.
Together doing it, 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 together doing it.
Art and artistic practice, such as poetry, part of its function is to bring awareness, allow for critical thought, allow for other perceptions, allow for other discoveries. It's a way of carving one's way in the world, and poetry as a language-based art has that role to play also, that is there to make you think about the way we use or forget to use or misuse or don't think about language.
Together doing it, 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 together doing it.